Good morning, guys. Today we're going to be reacting to "This Situation Will Make Your Blood Boil" by Rev Says Desu. But before we get into this video, I'm going to say why I didn't upload for 2 days out of last week. I honestly just needed to take a step back and take a short break. I don't figure anyway. I don't know how many people really understand this, but man, this shit starts to wear on your mentality. Like mentally, I was starting to not feel burnout, but I was starting to feel even more frustrated and angry because the situations I'm seeing is like, if people applied common sense, we wouldn't be in this situation. We wouldn't be having these arguments. But even when you apply common sense and talk to them logically and reasonably, they will turn around and just call you all these names and lie and just deny and say you're lying to them, even though you were just presenting them the facts. It gets frustrating and it gets real annoying. So, but there's nothing you can really do about it, like, these people, they're not just gonna listen. It's just not what they're gonna do. So, honestly, we have to make people we need to make listen are people that want our money. Because the reality is the majority of people that, are supporting this agenda, they don't pay for the shit that they claim to be supporting. So if we don't pay for the shit. We don't pay for the shit. Well, then the shit's eventually gonna stop because they're not gonna have money. But yeah, whatever. We're about to get into this. But he probably is gonna read this, but I'm gonna read this in case he doesn't. Tune in. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. I don't even gonna read this. I know what this is. This is the Sega Sonic fucking St. Jude charity deal. And we talked about that, I think, last week. I'm not going to talk bad about charity, but I will talk about bad people you have in the charity, not hosting, trying to raise money in the charity. When there's people that are better suited to take that position, that you purposely got rid of because a minority of people got mad about it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So this is going to be a pretty important video where we're
Shit.
talking about the product of cancel culture and its proponents who love to use cancel culture to harm those they
Might be a
don't
little bit old
like,
news,
but
hopefully an
absolutely
update.
freak out the second their standard is applied against them. In this case, we're talking.
That's also something I hate. I hate like that when you're this. Okay, I'm trying not to crash out, but I'm gonna crash out. This fucking bitch, not this guy, not Rev, but like the person he's about to be talked about, fucking led a cancel culture campaign against another creator because that VTuber would not call people by their preferred pronouns, which is their right, and like can be even say to be their religion. Like doesn't I see that them like to prefer them as their preferred pronouns. So they led a cancel culture and then got them booted off the creator club or something like that from a Sega Sega like Sonic Club fan club or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. They'll probably talk about it here in a second. But they got them booted, and then because they got booted, people started attacking this creator for leading a hate campaign against him, and then they turn around and say, "Oh, remember, we creators, we're human too. We have feelings too." I'm like, oh, where the fuck was that when you led a hate campaign against an innocent person over their opinion? If you're gonna fucking try to play the victim, stop being such a whiny bitch. You led the hate campaign. This is just fucking karma because you're an asshole. And that you can't take that you're an asshole. It's right here. I'll show you the name right there. It's Berry. That is the bitch that I'm not a person name. That is the bitch that was being a complete ass and like leading a hate campaign against another creator. I recognize the name.
About an event celebrating the birthday
Sorry.
of Sonic,
Okay.
and one of the featured
My
guests
bad.
expressed her support of political violence.
Oh yeah, that's
and
what it was.
Several of the featured guests, including one of the co-hosts, have been.
Okay. Then well, we gonna get a little deeper in this. Yeah, that's what she did. Like she on top of leading a hate campaign, she's like in this charity event. The other person wasn't invited, but she's invited. Who like was saying like, oh, like you missed when they tried to shoot Donald Trump. Like you missed, and like was sad about it. You support political violence. Let that sink in. You support another human being's life being ended because you don't agree with them. What kind of fucking sad piece of shit are you? Sorry. I try to be nice sometimes, but like when it's shit like this, I don't care. I'm not gonna use my filter. I'm not going to be nice. You are a ass. I see Sodi followed me on Twitch. That's pretty cool.
And openly defending this VTuber and making an absolute fool out of themselves. The
Oh yeah,
person who made the statements is a VTuber by the name of Ems, who has
cringe.
recently locked down her account. She is someone who has
Locked down her account by the way because she couldn't take the heat because she's a fucking bitch.
led the charge of cancel culture against other
I think so.
problematic
Chimichanga.
creators in the relevant spaces. But unfortunately for her, after she was announced as a part of this birthday event, some of her
Fortunately, I
own
so.
heinous tweets were brought to the surface, including those advocating for political violence. Now, these statements have been either completely washed over or even defended by some of the people involved with this event, including the co host Fidel, who is going out and calling anyone mad about this a effing loser.
Mm. Sorry, let me swallow. Um, an epping loser. An epping loser. You know what? You know what? You know what a real epping loser looks like? I can't say what he looks like on my even on my this because even that will get me in trouble with YouTube. But he looks like one of those people that might suck some dick. So that it supports his agenda to call anybody a fucking loser because they giving people shit for wanting political violence. You know I can say on YouTube, and I would only get demonetized, but I don't make money anyway. You're a fucking retard. Shut the fuck up. You're supposed to sit there and host a goddamn show. Shut your fucking ass up. Because if you do not shut your ass up, you're not gonna be the host for that show, and you're not gonna be a host to any other show. Because this shit is gonna start going. It's only a matter of time before the ball starts rolling. Anyone involved in this political shit, like condoning political violence, will end up being canceled. And I don't like that. I don't like people get hold on. I don't like people getting canceled because I think it's stupid. I hate it because like people it makes people feel like they can't express their own opinion. But when you want to express your opinion, that's fine. Here's the thing I don't is when you try to say everyone else's opinion is wrong, even though when you're like it is a proven fact, you're wrong. And when your defense for that is you're a fucking loser. That's your defense. That's your defense. Like, oh, you're a fucking loser, so your opinion is invalid. Oh man, I'm sorry. I gotta keep going.
And in true
I
male
got 20
feminist
minutes.
fashion, he's saying that people are only mad because she's a woman, and really following that same
You know, I could give a care less. I don't give a damn you man or woman. I do not discriminate. These hands do not discriminate. If you're gonna be a bitch, I'm gonna treat you like a bitch. I don't care if you man or woman. You're a bitch. You wanna talk this shit, you're a bitch.
stream of
Hell, I'm a
logic.
bitch.
He says that Ems is so young, 20 years old, that she's basically too stupid to know the things that she's saying.
No, she knows everything she's saying. She is pretty stupid though. I agree that.
But all of this comes back to the VTuber Miyasu, who's in this relevant space. She has been subjected to endless harassment campaigns and deplatforming campaigns, and recently she announced that she was going to be a part of Sega Creator Zone. Now you have to understand the relevant communities they're in.
Trans rights or human rights. You know what? You are right there. Except it's just human rights. There's no such thing as trans rights. It's just human rights. You have the right as a human. But you don't have the right as a human to groom children.
Incredibly woke, and they hate when people they don't like have opportunities, and they also
I honestly, okay, I'm gonna go off on another one. I really wish that we had squashed this at the, like, when it started. This whole little movement they're trying. And, like, don't get me wrong. I don't hate the movement, more or less. I hate what they've turned it into. It's like they wanted to, the original deal was like they wanted to have like equal footing with everybody else, which was fine. Now they want to say they're better than everybody else. Now that they can do whatever they want, they can groom children, all that shit. I'm like, no. If you disagree with me, that is completely fine. But that's what it feels like they're taking it. They're trying to say, like, we can't have things that we enjoy. It has to be things they can enjoy too. Everything. Not just their, like, even though, like, their content's, like, most of the time fucking dog shit. Cat, don't you try to take my chimichangas and mine. But, fuck, I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, well, fuck. Look, I'm just saying. I believe if you like to suck dick or you're gay, that is completely fine. I support you if that's what you want to do, but you ain't sucking mine. Go away. But if you want to be trans, cool, that's fine. If you're like you want to be a they them or whatever they do nowadays, like sure, fine. Here's where I draw the line. When you want to say you have to respect that I'm trans, or you have to respect that I'm a they themer. No, nobody has to do anything for you. And like when you don't, they want to pitch a little hissy fit, which then just makes them and their cause look even stupider. Yeah, I'm over here ranting, so just because like I just like to get this shit off my chest. This shit frustrates me.
desperately seek to promote their activism and to get validation from fictional characters. So when they discover that Miyasu is someone who refuses to use people's preferred pronouns when they're trans and instead refers to them as their birth-given gender, they freaked out. They contacted Sega, and eventually she was removed for behavior that was dangerous to the related events.
Hey Sega, you sucking some dick over there?
One of the people leading the charge in the various cancel campaigns against Miyasu was the VTuber Ems. In fact, you can see one of her replies from back in February of this year telling Miyasu she's not allowed in this community. Now,
that's wild. That is wild. Hey, you know something? I will even admit it. I'm a little bit of this. I'm like a little bit of fan of like the Sonic OC, like their little OC deals genre that they like do for their stuff. I'm a little bit of a fan. Cat, if you do not stop trying to get my fucking chimichanga. But even though I'm a little bit of a fan, I don't like I throw myself into it and like I don't know everything backstory about Sonic or anything like that. I just like the art. Some of the art looks really nice. So, like some people are really talented, have great detail. But then there's people like this who drive me nuts. They want to dictate who can be in the genre and who cannot be. Like who can be part of the fandom. I mean, who could be part of the fandom? It's like, oh, if you don't agree with me, you're fucking out. You know why? Because I fucking say so. Because I'm the fucking king around here. No, yeah, fuck this guy. Yeah, I see your bitch ass over there behind the monitor trying to sneak over here. You ain't sneaky.
Fortunately for Ems, after she was announced as a featured guest for this upcoming Sonic birthday stream, people dredged up her own heinous tweets, including this one where she expressed disappointment after the failed assassination attempt.
They missed. Then they put down here, I wish the worst for anyone who voted for the man. I don't care. Here, I'm gonna have a wild take on that one. Even though you wish the worst upon people like me, even though I didn't get the chance to vote because I was too late, I still hope that you have a good life. You know why? Because I'm not a sad, hurt, hateful person. Am I sad? Maybe a little bit. Am I hateful? Maybe a little bit. But I'm not a sad and hateful person. I can be at times. But right now, as much as these kind of people piss me off, I still wouldn't wish this upon them. I still wouldn't wish the worst upon them. I would not. Because that's just fucked up. I wish they would just open their eyes and see what they're doing to their own cause. What they claim to be their cause. They paint it in a bad light. With their opening their mouth and making such heinous statements.
Attempt of President Donald Trump in 2024. And then in 2025,
Ow.
she said, I wish the worst for anyone who voted for that man. I don't care. Which, of course, would be wishing the worst on millions of Sonic fans and Sega fans, not only in America, but across the world by extending her logic. Now, this is a pretty simple formula here. People are contacting Sega trying to get her removed from this event.
I hope she
because
does.
this is the game people like her have been playing. They did it to Miyasu, where they thought
Please.
she was problematic.
I pray to God that they remove this bitch from the charity program. Yes, that takes a little bit away from her, the charity, but I say replace her with somebody who has a fucking brain.
And now we have these heinous tweets promoting political violence, and she doesn't like it when people are trying to cancel her and get her opportunities ripped away. In fact, before locking down her account, she made this post whining about virtue signaling and how this is so unfair, and then says this is all over a charity.
Oh, unfair. Oh, who fucking said life was fair, you fucking crazy bitch? Do you think it's fair that some people have to work like 12-hour shifts, or like 5 jobs, had to work like 5 separate jobs just to make rent? Nobody said life was fucking fair. People want something to escape. It's called escapism, from reality. Which is sometimes like the Sonic fandoms. But then you got people like you that are just sad, hateful fucking people. Who will go after them just because they don't agree with you. You are a disgrace upon any community you even are part of. I still don't wish the worst on you, but you are a disgrace because of your actions.
Event, trying to basically use the fact that this is a charity event as a shield for criticism and accountability when it comes to herself. In fact, in a very poorly advised response on stream, she would double down on everything and basically mock all the...
This was really annoying. She's got a really cocky attitude, and I really hope it comes back to bite her in the ass.
These supposed chuds that were upset about this.
And it's really funny. It's really funny. I think it's really cute that a bunch of chuds are constantly talking about me.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I said that she was definitely mad, and because she said she did things I would do when I'm trying to say, oh, I'm not mad, but then the reality is I'm seething on the inside.
But they're just there's just a bunch of people who don't. They're getting it political when it does not need to be.
You made it political,
just political people just being upset because they're other whatever fucking pink chud VTuber because I said something against them a while back because I still stand. Oh, by the way, I still stand by it.
Yeah, double down, bitch.
I'm not gonna get into who and what and where and why.
So yeah, we know the who, what, where, and why. She's someone who has supported cancel culture. She also supports political violence, and people are using the standards she created for Miyasu against her. And she is trying to deflect what's actually being talked about here because she knows if she actually expresses this to a normal...
15 minutes more. Please, for the love of God. Tell me, please, that there's news that she will no longer be part of the charity campaign.
Normal person, they would think she is a bloodthirsty, insane person who wants half the population in America gone because of who they voted for. And of course, you can see people running defense non-stop for M's the last...
These people are chronically online. They have nothing better to do with their day or their life. So they want to run defense because Well, they're in the wrong. Motherfucker, did that cat unplug my fucking camera? Why did my camera stop? Ah. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Well. That's new. Okay, I've never had that happen before. Hold on. Hold with me a second. Hold with me a second. I don't know what happened. Yes, I know I still need to buy the VTuber, like, fucking deal to remove the little watermark guy flying around. But I just always forget, or I don't have the money when I actually do remember. Okay, 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 okay. And I gotta turn the camera back on. It just don't work. I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, come on. Come on! No! No, I didn't want more. Ah, you motherfucker. Okay. I don't mean to hold up the video. This is just... Oh my god. Maybe it's time for a new camera. But I can't because I don't have the money for that either. But we won't worry about that. If this don't work, my character's just gonna sit there motionless because I do not know what's going on. Alright, it fucked off. My character's gonna sit here motionless. I apologize in advance for that, but either VTuber Studio has fucked up, or my camera has completely fucked off, or my computer's completely fucked off. One of the three things have happened. So we're going to just resume this because I don't want to have to take up this entire thing.
Couple of days, saying she's really sweet. I worked with her closely on projects and spoke to her as a friend often, and she's super nice and kind. I wish her all the best and all the support.
If you want to defend M's, fine. When you say it like that. But to disregard what she has said, I don't care. If you're her friend, you have an agenda. So automatically I'm going to throw your opinion away. And I don't get me wrong. I respect that you have an opinion, but I'm going to throw your opinion away because you're her friend. You worked closely with her. So you have a ulterior motive, like you have an agenda. You support this person. You probably agree with this person. You probably think the same thing she thinks. So I'm already automatically. I'm just like not gonna care about your opinion. I'm sorry, but I don't care, and I have every right to not care.
Yeah, you know what? Here's a little test run about how sweet she is. Tell her you voted for Donald Trump. Would she still be very sweet? No, she would wish the absolute worst for you. This is running cover for this M's person while burying their head in the sand and acting like these are the actions of a very sweet person. They're not. This is the actions of a very unhinged, unstable individual who quite frankly seems terminally online. But now we get to this Fidel guy, Games Cage. He is the co-host of this stream, and as you can see, M's is listed down here. He is the co-host, and he had a lot to say about this, replying to her as she is private, saying this stuff gets tough and losers are always gonna try to make some noise.
You know, she made some noise. Well, doesn't that make her a loser if she making noise? So let's use the same logic there. She made a hate campaign against Mia, and then people led a hate campaign against her because they're holding her to the same agenda. So wouldn't that mean she's a loser because she led a hate campaign first? Oh, I get it. So she's a loser too. Okay.
Anyone that's going to lead a hate campaign's a loser, so. Damn. Yeah, she's a loser just like us.
Got your back if you need anything, buddy. So this person is sticking their neck out for M's.
Sorry, Hickory.
Making it very clear they stand by M's. And make no mistake, this guy
Would you look at that? They turned off the replies. No shocker there.
knows all of the relevant context. He's not just okay with it, he is supporting the person who made it, dismissing all of the very, very reasonable criticism against her as noise by losers, and nobody's buying it. Remember, they all want to strip you of opportunities, demoralize you, use your positions against you, and they want you dead. It is incredible what these people will defend. The good, morally righteous. Assassination culture is very disgusting at Sega, endorses it. Until they do anything otherwise, I mean, what else are you supposed to think about Sega? Because they're very aware of this situation. I mean, they're getting tagged in hundreds of posts.
Oh, I'm sure they
are aware, and they've done nothing. They acted very quickly to get rid of Miyasu over Wrongthink, but this disgusting display by a featured guest...
I would say, show up at a charity event. But every other game that they release, any events they host that's not related to like charity of like St. Jude or something like that, or an important charity, don't show up. Let's make our voices heard. Let's like close your wallets. Don't show up. They'll start noticing. And when they start noticing, they're going to start panicking. Because they realize they pandered to the wrong people. They pandered to a minority of people, and the minority of people, well, they don't fucking pay a cent.
Of this event gets away with it. They don't want to address it because they're so ideologically captured by people on Twitter. They're so afraid to make a move. They're basically stalling at this point. But this guy is a real piece of work. He went on stream and made sure to dismiss all of the people calling out her hypocrisy as a bunch of losers.
Oh my god. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm so glad that your fuck-ass opinion means that we're all losers. Well, I have to say, from our side of the community, the real loser here is you. I'm like, you are a sad piece of shit. You are a co-host. You're not even the fucking host. And like, you have a biased opinion. You said buddy, which implies you are her friend or you are her buddy. So your motives is already lined up with hers. So I don't give a fuck what you say. Like, nobody should even take what you say seriously, because you already shown that you are biased towards her opinion, and anyone that disagrees is a loser. Like, fuck this guy.
Emsberry 5,000 heart emojis. I know. The mods get sick. Emsberry Sonic. Guys, I need everyone to give Emsberry 5,000 heart emojis.
How about
give my
negative?
Some big love, bro.
Give her no love.
Fucking losers. And I want her to know that they will not take her away from us. Thank you very much.
God, for the love of God, please, please, God, have Sega rip this away from her. Nothing would make me happier right now. Well, that's not true. But that would be fucking poetic karma. It would be amazing.
Wow, what a great guy. Everyone is an effing loser for going after his goats. That's your goat, grown-ass man? Your goat is someone who celebrates political violence and wants the worst for half of the American population. That's your goat? It's absolutely ridiculous.
I would not have that my goat.
And of course, he's aware of the context. So you can see this post right here saying, why did you call thousands of people effing losers for calling out Emsberry? That doesn't sound very family friendly at Sega. Why are you allowing this behavior? And guess what happened to this person? They were blocked. So they know the context. There's no argument against it. This guy knows the context. And either A, he's totally okay with it and supports it, or B, he's just being disingenuous and trying to basically mull over why people are mad. Instead of
Motherfucker.
saying, yeah, she
Somewhere.
said all these things and specifically referenced it, he's just calling them all a bunch of losers. And it's basically like, don't look
That is basically, that's what they always do. It's like, you're all fucking losers. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm gonna stick my fingers in my ears. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're fucking losers. You're wrong. You're bigots. You're faggots. Or all these other things. I said a word I wasn't supposed to say. But they say all these other things. It's like, but they just basically stick their fingers in their ears and but just fucking like act like it's magically gonna make it where they're right. I'm like, you're fucking stupid. You're retarded. I don't know what to tell you, man. You're just fucking retarded.
into it. Everyone who's mad at her is just a loser. Dismiss that. You know what? We're talking about losers. I want to talk about a loser. Someone who is completely and utterly audience captured. This guy is held captive by a fan base that is primarily terminally online children and mentally ill adults. He is completely at their whim. Because if he steps on a line for 1 second and doesn't support someone like Ems right now, they will eat him alive. Here's an example of that happening in real time just a few months ago, where he apparently posted a photo of him and XQC in public. He ran into him, and he was bullied by his own audience into deleting it and clarifying, hey y'all, deleting the pic I took with XQC, enough people have expressed their concerns / issues with the guy that it's not a hill I'm willing to die on for having up. As I've said / expressed on streams, my community knows. I've always just seen the guy as a character and made fun of memes / clips.
So in other words, you're going to be a yes man. Whatever the audience wants is what you're going to fucking do. Okay. You have no backbone, you absolute fucking pussy. That is truly loser behavior. You have no backbone. You will not stick by your opinion. You will not stick by your word. Your word changes with the audience.
Clips of him not looking much into his beliefs, actions, thoughts, or whatever. Sorry if it gave anyone the wrong idea, LMAO. It was widowy. I saw him at the event and said, holy S, LOL, it's XQC, took a selfie and dipped. So this guy is so shaken by his community that he can't even post a photo of him with someone like XQC because they will literally bully him into submission, where he has to not only delete the post, but then just reassure everyone, I don't like this guy, and he's just this awful caricature of a human being. Guys, I'm not dying on this hill. Well, you know what? Maybe you should grow a spine and just post what you want and not be at the mercy of a bunch of terminally online wackadoos who make you feel like you're some sort of a criminal for taking a picture with a wrong think person. It's insane.
It's absolutely
But of course, he's not done. He would continue on a different stream, really reiterating just how much of a loser.
Okay, here's what I want. Here's now what I would like. I would both like Ems and this co-host to be kicked off, like booted. I would love like a dose of karma for being just like these two people just being complete asses and just getting a taste of their own medicine.
Everyone is who's mad about Ems. In fact, they only hate her because she's a woman.
Oh yeah,
you see Twitter artist drama today? There's Twitter artist drama, dude. I've seen so much bullshit, bruh. Twitter has become awful, bro. I saw people being dickheads to M's. I've seen it all, bro. I've seen too much bullshit at all times, man. I'm like, man, why can't people just chill out, bro? Just stop, bro.
Yeah, you know,
people chill out. Like, where was the chill when M's like led a hate campaign? Where was her chill? Oh yeah, that's right. She didn't have any.
Wish people would chill out too. I wish people would stop trying to deplatform people over wrong things.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Think, maybe we should stop glorifying political violence. Maybe we should stop with the violent rhetoric. Maybe we should stop treating adults like they're infantilized, that they're not responsible for their own actions and not responsible for the standards they've created to other people, having it applied back to them like it's happening with Ems. Yeah, I really wish those things would happen, bruh.
You know, just calm. Enough, dude. You know, can you talk about the latest VTuber drama, please? No. I will not be talking about VTuber
Oh yeah,
drama.
going to
but
talk about it
Yeah,
anyway.
he's not going to talk about the VTuber drama as he talks about it on Twitter and multiple times on stream. But he's not going to talk about the drama, guys.
It's not drama. Fuck race. Fuck trans. Fuck Twitter. I know, dude. Fuck Twitter, bro. Some people be saying some dumb shit. You know what I mean?
You.
Fuck transphobes. Yeah, yes, people. Guess what? They're transphobes. You know what that does? It immediately dehumanizes other people by labeling them without actually having any proof or evidence to support your claim. Yes. It is called dehumanization. It's where that people will call somebody else another name to dehumanize them, to make them feel like their opinion is more valid, and the other person's opinion is not valid at all. It is a common use thing, especially with these people that are just like have this like mental issue in their own head that they will constantly like make fun of other people. Yes, I do it a little bit too. I will call people names, but that's because they're being assholes. If you're gonna be an asshole, like an actual asshole, I'm gonna call you out on you being an actual asshole. Is it the same thing? Maybe, I don't know, but it doesn't change what I said it to be true. Like what I said is true, is what I'm trying to say. People do use like insult people on Twitter for having a different opinion to make them feel like their opinion is superior and the other person's opinion doesn't matter. Common use.
It's awful. You know? So poor Ems, bro. I hate seeing people try to drag her down. I know. Essentially because like Ems is like so... It upsets me too because Ems is so young too. She's like only 20 years old. And she's like getting to do all this cool shit and these cool opportunities. And then you have fucking people that just hate women and then hate people succeeding.
Yep,
women,
he pulled
totally.
that card. It's about hating women. That's right. People are only mad because they hate women. Which, of
Man, they
course,
always try
the
to
people
say
he's
that
talking
shit.
about support Miyasu, who is a woman, so that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But then again, you're talking to a bunch of people who are just going to gobble up everything you're saying because, well, that's what he caters to. But there's a lot to unpack there. I mean, in true male feminist fashion, he's trying to defend a woman while saying she's literally only 20. Like, basically, she's too immature and stupid to know what she's saying, which is such a backhanded defense of M's. It's so funny. Yeah, she's 20. She knows better. She knows way better. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I think someone even way younger than 20 should know political violence is wrong. I'm glad that this guy has to coddle her like she's literally, like, completely
child.
inept and can't think for herself. But also he says F Twitter, blah, blah, blah. This guy is the most terminally online Twitter user I've ever seen. What I'm going to show you here is the replies from this guy in the last 24 hours.
Oh dear lord. Dude, I like reply in 24 hours. In 24 hours, I either make no tweets at all, no replies, or I have like retweets and replies up to probably maybe like 5 or 10 a day. And that's fucking it. Dude. The fuck?
We're 5 hours back, by the way.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Only 5?
F Twitter, right, my guy?
Yeah, F Twitter, but you're chronically on it.
There we go. That's 24 hours of replies, but Twitter, terrible place. But you can see Miyasu, she posted the clip and added this tweet saying, "The hypocrisy of this clip is insane. Hate women and hate people succeeding. This has nothing to do with gender. I don't know why gender is being brought up. And I guess people are going to ignore what M said and pretend like she did nothing wrong. These people have the numbers and can easily get away with stuff. It sickens me. It really sucks that I have to make these posts to show the truth." Fidel defending Emsbury despite the violent post she made about Kirk and joking about him. Joking about stuff like this is messed up. We don't see eye to eye on trans stuff and people instantly turn around. I also want to be clear, harassing someone is different than speaking up for what's right. If you are harassing M's, it will not make this any better, and I will make our message mean nothing. Also, I'm not a political person, Anything close from that was my opinion on trans surgeries. Everything else I wish to stay away from me. I'm mostly not aware of politics, and I wish to keep it that way. Keep violence in politics out of video games. Now, of course, you can see people sweeping for this situation, saying, Sega is allowing this, Sega is allowing that. She acts like she was unfairly kicked from the program, which was like 2 weeks ago.
She was unfairly kicked from the program. If you think otherwise, you're just fucking brain dead, and like you're just. There is no appeasing you. There will be no appeasing you because you have convinced yourself that she is the bad guy, when in the reality is she's not. And if she, let's say for a second, let's say you're right, she is the bad guy. Okay, well then M should face the same punishment as she did, because M's called for political violence, which is also bad. But we're not seem to be punishing her. Well, why is that? Oh, sorry, that's bad. That's because she's against Trump. Oh, we don't like Trump. Oh, so it's okay as long as we don't like the person. But if we like him, oh no, it's fine. You can get away with it as long as we like him. Like the people. Oh, but no. Trump's a bad guy. It's fine. It's fine that she wishes death upon him and anyone that supports him. No. That is fine. Fucking retards. Like, honest to God, y'all can go fuck yourself. And look at this. Look at that profile picture. You are mentally ill. You have a problem. I'm not gonna get into this shit. It's gonna be like
Yet is still upset about it. Don't allow racist or transphobes in the program.
Okay, don't allow racist or transphobe. Okay, you forgot one there. Let's not allow, let's see, political assassination and propaganda. Yeah, let's not allow that either. Oh, but that's not in there right there, you know? Funny how that's not in there. Funny, huh?
And this is
almost like an
footage
agenda
of her being both, which of course is no proof at all, but you can see the people doing this. Saying, I hope you live a great life while Trump dies a horrible death from a Republican like Charlie.
See, there we go again. This is the kind of people that make me just really annoyed. Like, you preach one thing and then you turn around and do something that is like either equally as bad or even worse. And then pretend like you have the moral high ground. I nearly went over the edge right there for a second. Okay, I gotta take a step back. I don't need to go that far. That dude actually did rage bait me. Just for a second there. He is, honestly... You are sick in the head, my dude. And honestly, I would believe that the FBI probably should investigate your hard drive and see what's on there.
Kirk, why do you think this person is defending Ems? I mean, this is the type of person defending Ems, because not only are they okay with the hypocrisy, they like the message that she said. They love the political violence and anything advocating for it. Here's another person saying the Sonic fandom deserves better than Mia. We deserve better than...
Okay, then we deserve better than Ems. If we deserve better than Mia.
Crack. We deserve better than Kuda. We deserve to be rid of these people. Every day, those voices get louder and louder by the fandom, but never Sega. We need to put a stop to all their garbage noise.
Here's some garbage noise we need to put a stop to. Your fucking ass. How about we just Sega does the thing that they should do and start not listening to either side of the community for this who should be a part of the fandom and not, who gets to be in a prayer program. As long as the person has not done anything significantly bad, they should be allowed. And if you they don't like it, well then that's okay. Go suck a dick.
This is what they do, right? They harass you, they deplatform you, they villainize you, they slander you, they're violent towards you, and then when you hold them accountable to their own standards, all of a sudden, it's just a bunch of garbage noise, and these people are terrible who are doing it. No, this is the game you're playing, and now you're having a mirror shined in your face, and you're the incredibly unhinged ones. But of course, you can see the narrative here.
Point of what calling out a double standard. Listen, I don't like Trump, but that doesn't mean I want him killed. You are going to ruin an entire charity event because a racist, she's not racist, transphobe, she's not a transphobe, told you to. She didn't tell anyone to. I don't give a fuck what M's said about Trump in the past, but you should because you're emphasizing it even now. You are going to ruin a charity event for a VTuber having a temper tantrum. It's not a tantrum, and also I should add, it wouldn't ruin a charity event. The only thing they'll need to change would be 2 people, the co-host and M's, which both can be replaced with ease. You're a fucking retard. You're like, if I had to tell you how retarded this statement is, well, I can't really tell you because there's just like, it breaks the scale of how retarded this is. Everything here can be disproven, which, like she just said, like there is evidence to disprove what this person is trying to fucking say. They're Canadian too, getting double fucked, huh?
When someone says, point of what? Calling out a double standard. And that previous user says, you're going to ruin an entire charity event because of a racist transphobe and blah, 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 blah. So now they're using the charity as a shield, saying if you're trying to bring up this...
Another method to try to deflect criticism and, like, yeah, it's just fucking retarded. I just didn't even think of that. He's smart for thinking of that. But yeah, they're trying to just raise up the, deal the charity now as a shield. There are multiple people on that list that's going to be for the charity event. And if anything, M's on that list would probably do more harm than good.
Double standard, you're going to ruin a charity, which first of all, the stream will be fine without Emsbury. Second of all, if you really care about the charity, wouldn't you want to get rid of people who advocate for political violence and are divisive and are going to make people not want to support the stream because someone like that is involved? If you actually cared, you wouldn't want someone who is bloodthirsty and divisive to be a featured guest for the charity stream. It literally is self-defeating, this entire cause here, okay? And just because it's a charity event doesn't mean you can invite anyone you want, and the person who's being featured can't be held to their own standards. Because if this was a charity event with Miyasu, these same people would be wanting to get her out, and they would not care about any impact it would have on the event itself. But that's not the only person who is defending this. Another featured guest by the name of Sam Procrastinates here.
In the middle of a video at the moment. Video, thank you. Be right back. Fuck.
Decided to weigh in as well, saying to Ems, never stop being you. You've been a great addition to the Sonic community and energy you bring. I personally love your affirmation tweets that you share. They've helped me personally whenever I read them. Stay strong. I wonder if you would feel very affirmed if you were conservative. Would you feel very affirmed there? That's not a very affirming person if you...
It's a political biased person. They are supporting an agenda, and it's fucking annoying.
You vote differently or have a different political opinion, all of a sudden you deserve the worst coming to you. And there's so many posts like this basically calling out Sega. And I think this is why this video is important. This is a very important battleground for cancel culture, right? If there was clear and consistent standards, M's would have been gone instantly. And the problem is, they thrive in this environment. They feel like they're untouchable. Then you have all these other people, including co-hosts, coming out and defending her and dismissing everyone else as women-hating losers.
I think Sega and other companies should actually start implementing a terms of service, like to the attending of events and all that. If you want to attend an event, you have to fall in a certain line. If you advocate for political violence, you are not going to be allowed. If you are transphobic, which has to be that you actually are transphobic, you like that to be able to prove it. which doesn't mean like, oh, you're not referring to people as their preferred pronouns. No, you're actually being transphobic. Then yeah, they shouldn't be, that person like that shouldn't be allowed. Or if you're saying like somebody's being racist, well then they'd actually have to be someone being racist or making actual racist tweets and not opinionated people. Opinions is racist. It's racist. I do agree. Like I think this should it should be a deal like that. They should start holding a standard to the community. Because like this right now, there is no standard to the community, so there is nothing to fall in line into. People are just like going willy-nilly. They're going to fucking just be absolute unhinged apes. That is what they are. Fucking unhinged apes. Fucking monkeys.
While completely hiding the context
their shit
and
around.
the severity
No
of the
good banana.
heinous statements M said that sparked this entire thing. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's really the situation. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for daily uploads, as well as multiple streams a week here live on YouTube. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Alright, thank you. That was a nice video. I will leave a link down in the description below, as well as a link to his channel. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, like and subscribe and go check him out. And I hope you have a great day.